The situation of the Americans deciding to essentially invade a sovereign nation and then essentially kidnap or take the president of that country and his wife back to the United States is, the best word would be concerning. But at the same time, not all that surprising. The reason why I say that is over the course of the last 30 years, there have been more than a few examples where the American decision makers in Washington, D.C. have made the choice of engaging in what we call adventurism, going to other countries, typically either to quote unquote protect democracy or because of the need for our national security. The important point I think to be made right now, here we are a few days after the fact, is that it's still extremely early. It's unclear where this will go, but what we can look back on are other examples. And again, as an American, it's unfortunate for me to say this, but it doesn't, I don't think, look good. There is a tendency when America has gone abroad and has engaged in such activity that there is an excitement, a strange excitement actually, amongst the American people at the very beginning. Look what we've done, we've taken action, we've done something that we think is important. And then after a couple of weeks, the conditions in that environment change. Typically, the country in which, quite frankly, the Americans have invaded becomes unstable. That results in the Americans having to send in their own military to try and calm the situation. That results in more and more military assets going into that country. And then the next thing you know, America's been in this country for 10 years. We've seen this in Iraq, Afghanistan. We can make arguments about why the Americans decided to go into those countries. Maybe it was because of 9/11. But there are other examples. We can look at Libya. We can look even all the way back into the late 1990s in the Balkans. So this is an example of what America has done in what is referred to as the unipolar moment. Going all the way back to 1991, effectively, America became the sole superpower and periodically decided that it was willing to go and do what it wanted when it wanted. But this is the most important takeaway. There is, and has been for 80 years now, what is referred to as an international rules-based order. This rules-based order was created predominantly by the Americans after World War II with the very explicit goal of demonstrating to the world that we will no longer have global wars, and most importantly, that America could be viewed as a benevolent leader. That because of the rules-based order, no one had to concern themselves that America would become too powerful and take action like we have seen. And that rules-based order is over. I personally believe that rules-based order has been over since 2003 with Iraq, but more importantly, after the global financial crisis of 2008. America has consistently demonstrated, as we like to say in English, rules for thee, not for me. And now that we have countries like China or Russia or India, you have other global nation states that are saying no more. I'm concerned, to be quite frank.